Hello, so my name is Filip and I'll present this paper on behalf of our QT team. So I'm going to talk about a way of how active support becomes a useful tool to engage in design together with people with intellectual disabilities. So what is active support? Active support is a respectful and engaging way of providing just enough assistance to enable a person with intellectual disability to successfully take part in meaningful activity and relationships. And there are four essential principles to active support, which is graded assistance, little and often, maximizing choice and control, and every moment has potential. And down at the bottom of the page, you can find a link to a training model of active support. And today, I will focus on your one principle of active support, which is called graded assistance. And graded assistance is all about giving just the right amount and type of support by breaking down the task, by giving verbal cues, by giving instructions before each step, doing it alongside with people with intellectual disabilities, and providing occasionally physical assistance, which can be hand over hand or hand under hand. I will demonstrate graded assistance through a brief example from the paper itself, where Chris, a participant with intellectual disabilities, is invited to join in making a talking board prototype. I will read out a vignette example from the paper, and I will start reading it now. So, Chris wants to go next. Chris is minimally verbal and has a difficulty with motor coordination and the ability to hold and manipulate objects with his hands. I'm in front of the room and he nods to say that he wants to join me to cut the squeezy balls. We have to cut the balls in half and wrap them up in a conductive foil. And I'm holding a hand so I quickly gaze towards Nathan and Jeff, who are the support workers, to see if it is okay if Chris can join the activity. They confirm with a nod, and then I ask Chris to stand behind me, gently holding my hand. He accepts the call, putting his hand over my hand. I start with a gentle push stroke, only to show Chris what to expect. Chris keeps his hand on my hand while I decide to keep pushing and pulling. Chris seems excited, gently holding my hand. Soon after, I prompt Chris to take over, but still holding my hand. Okay, Chris, on my signal, you push. Okay, now push and now pull again. At this moment, my goal is to guide Chris to gently exert pressure, simulating the push stroke by squeezing my hand instead. There is a brief delay between saying the word push and the execution of the push stroke. After 30 seconds, Chris, for the first time, puts some pressure, pushing my hand gently after the push button. Now, what you can see from this example is that it is difficult to draw a fine line between doing for and doing with. For example, if we put too much force on Chris' hand, then we can cross a line and overhelp. Or, on the other hand, if there is too little or no support, Chris might never experience the act of cutting. Then, we might even question ourselves if hand under hand is more appropriate than hand over hand. Here, we entangle ourselves with the either or between being pragmatic and acting safety or being respectful. Nonetheless, this helps us to establish a respectful and trustful relationship with adults with severe intellectual disabilities. It also provides access point to different environments, activities, and events. But even before that, it's very important to understand that we do not need to presume competence for the adults to be able to participate in design. They can participate to the extent they can, and they are able to. And this is very important because it can also reveal unique competences of the adults. And finally, I want to say that we only presented one principle, which is graded assistance, but there are three other. You can find them in the paper, so I highly encourage you to go and have a look. So combining all these four principles, we can actually shape the design direction and provide insights for design. and create all these different artifacts together with people. And these are the some that you can see in this image that we created together with people with severe intellectual disabilities. Thank you for listening. And I'm happy now to take your questions.